Welcome, friends and fellow horse fiends. You've landed on Come Ride With Me, a podcast dedicated to helping you find harmony, joy, and success in your riding. I'm your host, Anna Fox of Equus Enlightened. This pod isn't about training your horse, but about training you to be the best partner for your horse. Listen to find out how I use my intention to direct my ride. You'll hear how I decide what to focus on, what to say yes to, and when to redirect my horse. You'll see how not getting frustrated or overwhelmed is the easiest path to sanity and harmony. So, what are you waiting for? Come ride with me. Hey horse fiends, welcome back to another episode of Come Ride With Me. This is season 2, Letting Go of Perfectionism, and I am your host, Anna Fox. Today we are with the wonderful Namastee again. And if you have a chance to watch this episode, you can do it on Spotify, you can do it on YouTube. I would recommend that because it is a riding episode. I am combining the rhythm and make it messy episodes. So, last episode we talked about finding the rhythm, getting into the rhythm and not feeling like you need to control everything that your horse does, every step they take. Because, as the episode was called, control is just an illusion. Before that, we talked about making it messy, embracing the imperfection in our riding, and sometimes just making things messy so we can make a point. I started out this episode actually riding in the field where there's a little bit of a hill, and I thought it would make a better visual of making it messy. But then we got run off by the neighbors mowing, so back into the arena we go, and we'll pick up here. I kind of feel like about the same that I felt before. And maybe just a little bit less forward, it's a little less fun here in the arena. So I feel like he's a little heavier on his right side as far as his footfalls are a little heavier on the right, and he has a little bit of a left bulge under my left butt cheek right behind my left leg, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like that little part of his spine, I want to shift it over. That's the feeling that I'm getting. I'm just riding with it and noticing it before I try to make any changes. So now let's see how he feels about the trot. This is another exercise in feeling the rhythm and not really changing it. So not as freely forward as he felt in the field. Not surprising. But I can feel that, and I can go, okay, let's take a minute. Let's take a minute and play with that, because I don't want to just go on like that, I want to play with how can we make going more fun. Good boy. Now he's moving off easier. So I like that. So if I feel that in the space behind my left leg, I'm going to try to get my left butt there and say, hey, could we bump it over here? Ooh, it's harder in the turns. Always harder. So rather than go through the turn, I'm going to go ahead and slow him down and try to do it from the walk. Might make it messy for a second and go, hey, what I'm asking, is can you over there? Yeah. Make it really clear. There's no specific formula. It's just like, I need that spot to move. Can you get that spot to move? Okay, cool. Then we go on again. It happens again. I do the same thing again. Eventually, they learn that, so there we can't move it. Ooh, that hurts. There. By slowing it down and showing him that he can move it that way, And then when he's in the right shape, going right back up to the trot, I'm reinforcing what I want him to know is the correct way to go. Rather than fighting it or making a compensation for it, it's easier to teach them what you want right away. And then here, I'm using my body a little bit more and seeing if he'll respond to that. And seeing then if we can hold it going through this turn. And it's better. Horses learn really quickly like this. And it's just keeping that spirit of playful energy, thinking about it in the form of a question. Can you? Can you? Can you? And then finding ways that make it happen. So let's see if we can do a little cantering. That right there, messy moment, right? He's like, well, I could go forward, but if you're holding me in that space, I don't know. I have to might put my head up. So now it's my job to find the place that's comfortable for him and or show him how he can be more comfortable in the place that I was suggesting. So I find a place that seems easier for him and we go, but he's still not really sure about it. So make it messy for a second. We're going to go forward. You need your head down there. And we'll try it again. See how we do. Try to turn towards you guys. Let's see. Oh, good. Better. Still. So again, making it messy for a minute and saying, you know, like that is really, it's an okay transition, but it's just not as good as I know you could do it. Good boy. Better. Better. Good. Now, that was a better transition. Still probably not as good as I think he can do it, but it was better. So most people would take that time to keep cantering and do the work that they had planned to do originally. But I want him to know that that was the right answer. Like, yeah, thanks for trying that for me. So now I rewarded that. I can go back and I might even go the other way. Someone would be like, all right, buddy, you did it that way. Even though it wasn't exactly what I was thinking about doing when I picked up my reins to go cantering, it's okay. Remember, I can change my mind. Not a big deal. I would rather have a win somewhere and then, ooh, yeah, easier in this direction. Always is for him. Still a little bit bracey with the head, but that's part of what we're working on and what we might make a little messy, which is, can we go forward? Yeah, and I mean like forward, yeah, good. And then can we come back? Ooh, not bad. Wrap it up. Now, typically he will brace a lot coming back or he will just fall into the trap. So we're just going to try again, big and forward, and then come back. And it's definitely easier for him this time. You notice he doesn't try to dive down or brace up too much. Good boy. Yeah. Good. Oh, good. Good, man. So I'm not going to say for sure that the downhill little collection exercises helped with that, but they totally could have. So that's what I mean by you might have to make something messy for a second to get your point across and to make learning easier for you and your horse. Have fun, play around. We got into this because we love horses. We wanted to have fun, not be stressed out. And this has kind of been his little bugaboo into really getting into a collected canter, because he just has found it hard to figure out how to sort of shorten his body and yet lift his body, because he was really pulled under for the first part of his life. So it's been a whole retraining, relearning, untraining, remuscling, re-everythinging. Super satisfying when you start to see those breakthroughs, because sometimes you get in this feeling of, oh God, am I really making progress? And it happens to owners more than it happens to me, because especially if I only see them, once or twice a week, or even, once a month, like I can really, if they've made progress, I can really see it, but sometimes they don't feel it as much. So his owner has been making some good progress. His human, like, what should we call, moms and dads is kind of a weird term, and parents, kind of a weird term, because we don't really want horses to be our kids. Owners is so, so colonial of us. We must own things. I did not own that transition, that was for sure. So we're just like, come on. And I feel like if you can't get into contemplating the world and these weird things when you're riding, you're overthinking. You're doing too much. So if you have any weird thoughts that come to you while riding about life, I'd love to hear them. Ooh, that was much better. We owned that one. Good boy. It's still not as kind of peppy as I'd like it to be. Not as big jumpy strike off, but we can work on that. Different day, different thing. So, come, we're gonna go faster. We're gonna go faster. Come, I know it's harder this way. There we go. Okay. Yeah, harder. Good. That's okay. Come in. Come. Down. Oop, it's messy. It's messy. Uh-oh. Oh, what? That's quite nice. Yeah. Now, part of why the transition this way is harder, because going forward this way is harder. There we go. Nope, not down there. Up here. Up here. I know it's hard. So I gave him the place to find. He found it. Good boy. Right? It wasn't super duper pretty. Not super pulling on him. Wasn't, he's going to drop me off because he thinks it's time now. It's fine. Thinker. But that was really good. Like, really good for him to be able to come into that on his own. So yes, I can get off. So sometimes it's important to do what your horse asks you to do. If he says, now's the time to get off, thank you very much, that's the time. Now, do I do that every time? No. Does he do that? No. But when it was lovely and he deserves it, yeah. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Come Ride With Me. My goal is to demonstrate to riders that we don't have to do something every second of a ride. We don't have to do things a certain way or at a certain time. Just staying present with your horse and gathering non-judgmental information about how they are going is way more beneficial than overthinking and overworking. If you'd like to learn more about what I do at Equus Enlightened, you can find me at equisenlightened.net or on patreon.com equisenlightened. You can also find me on social media as equisenlightened. I will put all the links in the show notes. And until next time, happy writing. Oh, before you go, please remember to rate, review, and share this pod so others can find it. I would love constructive criticism, but like my mom used to say, if you don't have anything really nice to say, there's no need to say it. Just ride on, my friends. Have a great week.